I'm out in the garage and today I've got a problem. My wood splitter is busted. And this little piece here is the culprit. But I've got a fix. Stay tuned. So this is my Kinetic wood splitter made by DR. It's a 10-ton. And the way it works is this push bar here slides up and down the rail. And there's a spring underneath that I've got unattached right now. But what happens is this, as you can see, has teeth on the bottom. Not sure if you can see that or not, but see the teeth there? So it's a rack and pinion system. So there's a pinion in there that spins two flywheels, and or the flywheels are spinning the pinion. And when you engage this lever here, that will push these teeth down into that pinion that's spinning, and it jams this whole thing forward. So pretty simple, pretty cool. It's all mechanical, no hydraulics. But the problem is this. This is the spring assembly, and I had to basically take this to my buddy's place and have it welded. It cracked right along here. These two things hold the wheels. And what he did was, if you can see, there's two layers there. It was one thin layer. He added another piece on top, and we re-drilled the holes, and now it should be fine. But just from all the use of going back and forth, this thin piece of metal cracked. So the way this works is there's bearings that ride in here and form basically a wheel. They're using the bearing as a wheel that rides along this metal square tubing. And you can't buy the bearings anymore from DR. So they've discontinued this model. They've discontinued a lot of the parts. Those were part of the parts. So I actually had found these on Amazon and measured the old bearings that I had. Was able to salvage one that was crushed, and I think they're going to work. So let's assemble this and see how it goes. There's a little nipple in there of a piece of weld that's keeping that wheel from going in, so we're just going to file it down a little bit. Basically what happens is there's a spacer, and then a couple of bearings, and then another spacer, and we'll put that bolt up through there carefully. And that's the wheel assembly that basically rolls along the metal. Put our lock washer on this guy. These roll nice and free, which is good. So now we can assemble that into this wood splitter itself. Okay, so basically this assembles onto here. So now that will roll along that. And now, if you look there, there's a hole or an indentation for where the spring that receives the spring, and this spring just sits over there. Turn the teeth over, put it in the hole, and then we just put in those bolts. There's one started. Okay, so now it looks it's dragging a little bit. You can hear it as I push it against the gear in there, but it's because the spring isn't hooked up yet underneath. So now we'll do that. Okay, so now the spring is hooked up. When I release this, it goes back. Slides nice. And there's the spring assembly and how it works. So that spring is now pushing up on this area back here, so it's lifting it off of the gear until I press down, and I'll show you how that works. So before I show you the splitter actually working, I just wanted to mention that I had to adjust the spring assembly because it was when it would retract into the machine, the teeth were still touching and it was bouncing off a little bit. So all you do is just, you know, bend this down, and it will put more pressure pushing up. And if it seems like you'd want to, you know, bring it up, but it's got to go down, and that'll push this off of the tooth. And so, all right, let's check it out. Nice. Piece of wood on there. Ironwood, really tight grained, stringy, but I'm surprised it actually struggled with that because usually it doesn't. Here's another piece of ironwood. This stuff is super tough, hence why they call it ironwood. So let's see how we do. Go. Again, really tight grain. It's hard to tell from the video, but this is a 10-ton splitter. But regardless, the splitter's working great, and we're going to put it to some more use. All right, well, that was a great fix for this little wood splitter. The DR has been a good unit. You know, it's all mechanical. Parts do wear out. This one happened to wear out, and I was able to thankfully find parts on Amazon and have my buddy Steve weld it for me. So I got a lot of wood to split this season yet, so I'm sure you'll see it in action. I'll try to post some more videos soon. Thanks guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.